The Summer I Turned Pretty, Season 3, Episode 4, opens 2 weeks after Susanna's heartfelt memorial, and on a special day, Belly's 21st birthday. She kicks off the morning FaceTiming Jeremiah, who's clearly not where he wants to be this summer. Instead of basking in the sun at Cousins Beach, he's stuck in a corporate office, grinding through a summer internship at his dad's company. With a smirk, Belly teases him, asking if his coworkers are still calling him Nepo Baby, especially after someone mysteriously left a pacifier on his desk. Despite the distance, the two share an easy, playful moment that hints at how deeply they're still connected. Back home, Belly's juggling more than just birthday plans. She's pulling double shifts at Bears, scrimping and saving for their upcoming wedding, a subject that still makes both their families visibly uncomfortable. Jeremiah says he might try testing the waters by bringing up the wedding to his dad, while Belly confides that her mom shuts down the conversation every time she tries. To make matters worse, her dad has been avoiding her calls entirely, only calling back when she's at work. Still, with just 6 weeks to go until the big day, Jeremiah reassures her their families will come around, eventually. Later that morning, Belly's parents surprise her with a sweet breakfast celebration for her birthday. The mood shifts when Belly gently asks her mom to go wedding dress shopping with her. Laurel's response is immediate and cold. "I just can't." Her stance on the wedding hasn't budged. She believes they're too young, and getting married now would be, in her words, a mistake. After Belly leaves, heartbroken, Laurel turns to her own inner resolve and says quietly, "Trust me, this wedding is not happening." Meanwhile, Jeremiah gets a cold front when he brings up the wedding to his dad. His father promptly changes the subject, brushing him off with a firm reminder to focus on work. Brutal. But not everyone is shutting the door. When Jeremiah asks Stephen to be his best man, Stephen's all in, as long as they keep it hush-hush so Laurel doesn't catch wind. Despite her mom's absence, Belly still goes dress shopping with Taylor and Lucinda. It's supposed to be a joyful moment, but Belly's emotions are clearly raw. When she finds the dress, the one she'll wear on her big day, the weight of everything comes crashing down. She calls Jeremiah, voice trembling, and begins to cry. "I don't know how I'm going to do this without her." She means her mom. Without either of our moms. The mood lightens briefly when Jeremiah's internship ends, and he drives straight to Belly's place, surprising her with her favorite, an Oreo birthday cake. He also hands her a small but deeply meaningful gift, a key to the Cousins' summer house. "This is the best gift," Belly says, her smile genuine. With flowers in hand and hope in his heart, Jeremiah approaches Laurel. He says he wants to talk, and surprisingly, she says she's been meaning to talk to them, too. Then comes Jeremiah's heartfelt plea. He tells Laurel he understands she thinks the wedding is a mistake, but for him, Belly is the person. After his mom died, he thought he'd never be anyone's person again. Everything around him felt like it was falling apart, but Belly chose him, and from that moment on, he's felt like the luckiest guy in the world. He says he wants forever with Belly, and more than that, he believes Susanna would have wanted all of them to be a family. Laurel doesn't sugarcoat her thoughts. With a hard truth, she tells Jeremiah that none of them can ever really know what Susanna would have wanted. Her voice is firm, but it comes from a place of love. She explains that her resistance isn't out of cruelty. It's because she wants what's best for them. Marriage, she says, is serious. It's not something you leap into without life experience or stability. She urges them to wait, to finish school first. If their love is real and still strong after that, then they can get married. But now, it's too soon. Belly is crushed. Tears brimming, she rushes after her mother. "How could you say that to Jeremiah?" she demands. Laurel, still composed but clearly emotional, turns to her and says something that cuts even deeper. "You're still a child. How could you possibly know who you want to be with for the rest of your life?" But Belly won't back down. "I know who I want, and I'm marrying him," she shouts. Laurel's voice trembles, but she holds the line. "Then know this, I will not be at that wedding." That night, Belly and Jeremiah retreat to the one place that still feels like theirs, the cousin's house. But when Belly wakes up the next morning, she's greeted by a familiar and complicated face. Conrad. He's back. Turns out, he didn't go back to California like everyone assumed. Not because he was fired from the clinic. He just wasn't ready. Conrad asks if they're only staying for the weekend, but Belly replies that she might stick around longer. Planning the wedding from cousins will be easier. Jeremiah chimes in to say he has to head back to Boston first thing Monday for his internship. Later, the brothers head out on the water for a rare moment of quiet. Jeremiah takes the chance to ask something big. Will Conrad be his best man? The question hangs in the salty air before Conrad answers. Not with a yes, but with doubt. He voices his concern, reminding Jeremiah that they're still in college. When you really think about it, it's kind of ridiculous. He apologizes, but Jeremiah's response is honest and clear. I don't want you standing up there if you have to fake it.
Back home, Laurel opens up to John in a rare, vulnerable moment. She tells her ex-husband the real reason she can't support the wedding. She's scared Belly will follow in her footsteps. Marrying young, having kids before finding yourself. She doesn't blame John. She blames herself, and she doesn't want that life for Belly. But John sees things differently. He says, no matter what, he's not missing Belly and Jeremiah's wedding, even if Laurel chooses to. Elsewhere, Belly and Jeremiah have a tender moment of their own. Belly admits that she no longer wants to go to Paris, not with the wedding so close. Jeremiah confesses that he didn't really want her to go either. While putting away her wedding dress, Belly notices something tucked away. Her old debutante dress from season 1, the one her mother gave her. It sparks a quiet flashback to her childhood. In the memory, Susanna has just redecorated Belly's room with a big, cozy bed. Little Belly hears the boys knocking and giggling downstairs. She scurries to her mom and whispers that she doesn't want to sleep alone. Susanna climbs into bed with her, a warm, comforting presence. Back in the present, Belly is overwhelmed by it all. She collapses onto her pillow in tears. From the hallway, Conrad hears her crying. Something shifts in him. He was ready to leave for California, but now he hesitates. He's not going anywhere. Not yet. Meanwhile, Taylor faces a tough choice of her own. Her dream summer internship in New York has to be sacrificed. She needs the housing money to help her mom open a salon at home, a debt she's determined to pay off. Lucinda promises to repay every penny. Belly wakes up from a nap and checks her phone, missed calls and messages from Jeremiah. There's one update that makes her sit up smiling. Conrad said yes. He's going to be Jeremiah's best man. She races downstairs to thank him. Conrad jokes that he had to say yes. He couldn't let Stephen plan the bachelor party solo. Then, unexpectedly, he softens. For what it's worth, I think it's good. The two of you obviously make each other really happy. He wishes her a happy belated birthday and hands her a plate of dirt bombs he baked just for her. As she wraps him in a hug, something rare happens. We hear Conrad's inner voice for the very first time this season. What have I done? He thinks. This line, simple but loaded, could be the beginning of something deeper. Actor Christopher Brenny told Entertainment Weekly that Conrad will narrate an episode this season, and there will be a visual shift to market. Could this final scene in Season 3, Episode 4 be the moment it all starts?